Hey, what's up everyone? Hope you're enjoying your Sunday. It's Chef Roberto, and today we have a lot on our plate. We are making blackened fish tacos, and the reason why we have a lot on our plate is we're making everything from scratch. Now I'm going to go fast for the sake of time, but try to keep with me. I'm going to show you everything. The type of fish I'm using is a haddock, but you can really use any type of white fish that's pretty firm. But first I'm going to start with the corn tortillas, which I think are the best tortillas when they're homemade. Don't knock it till you try it. I promise you, they're awesome. Clearly the whisk wasn't the best tool here, so I'm just gonna tap that out and just go with the good old-fashioned hands. Now I thought this was going to be really cool where I could kind of show you the weight of each of the little tortilla balls, but clearly the blue light doesn't want to show up on camera. So basically what you're going to do is you're just going to break up the big ball of dough into little pieces about 1.5 to 2 inches in diameter, just to make them all pretty equal. And while those rest under a damp towel, we are going to start on our aioli. You want to slowly blend the oil into the rest of the ingredients. Now, I'm using an immersion blender, but you can use a food processor or any other kind of blender. You could even use your hands if you want to be like that. We're gonna let all that come together in the fridge for like 30 minutes before we use it for the dressing for our mango slaw. And it's gonna go real fast, but I'm gonna tell you right now, it's white wine vinegar, oil, honey, the aioli, celery seed, and salt. Now we're going to shred like 2 cups of cabbage. We're gonna roughly chop a fresh mango, some cilantro, and thinly slice some scallions. Putting this whisk to work today. While that's all coming together in the fridge, we're gonna thoroughly wash some rice so we can make our rice and beans. cooking the rice and chicken broth, and now that that's boiling, we're going to turn that way down to a simmer and cover it and let that go for like 20 minutes. All right, now it's time to start making the blackening seasoning. Now, I've said a lot here, so I've put all of the spices and herbs on display for you. You can try to follow along, or as always, I've listed all of the ingredients and their proportions in the description below. It always looks so cool when they skin a fish on TV and they just run the knife underneath it, leaving no meat behind. I'm gonna try it here. Alright, so it took 2 knives to get here, and it probably looked way easier than it actually went down. But we're here now, so let's start blackening this thing. All right, time to fry the tortillas. Now I have this press that flattens them out pretty good, but you can use anything, a rolling pin, your hands, you could sit on it. Well, maybe don't sit on it, but you want to get them as thin as about 1/4 inch, and you're going to cook them on really high heat on a dry cast iron pan for about 30 seconds aside. I think it's about to rain, so I'm going to try to grill the fish really quick. And what I'm going to do is, I don't want it to fall through the grates, so I'm going to foil and oil a grill tray. We weathering the storm out here.
Okay, now that was a lot, and I know you're probably thinking you don't have time to just whip something like that up on just some random evening, and that's okay, but here's what I'm going to tell you to do. Just some random summer evening, invite some friends over, do as much of it from scratch as you possibly can, and I promise you won't be disappointed. It'll just taste so much more fresh than if you use majority store-bought ingredients. One of my favorite parts is the tortillas, and say what you will about corn tortillas versus flour tortillas, neither one of those compares to any kind of homemade tortilla. No matter what it is, it'll always be superior. The mango slaw was great. It provided a nice kind of sweet contrast to the spicy and smoky blackened fish. And, rice and beans, guys, it's a staple in my family. It's something that I've eaten since before I was, able to walk. And I've always said it's something I could eat probably the rest of my life. If I had to pick one meal to eat for every single meal going forward, it would be rice and beans, and I've said that a million times. But Anyway, thanks again for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed your Sunday. Hope you do try this at home. I'd like to see how it turns out for you. And send me along any of your recommendations too. Anyway, look forward to seeing you next week.